And just like that, I became a trash collector. Well, not exactly. Let's call it a visionary working with sustainable fabric sourcing. In other words, I got a bag of leftovers from a local atelier. And believe me, when you see these tiny, beautiful pieces of fabric, you don't feel like a designer. You feel like a hoarder who refuses to admit she has a problem. But here's the twist, I decided to actually use them. Radical, right? Instead of crying over wasted fabric, I turned it into my first ever mini job on Etsy, 6 bucket sailor hats. Because apparently the world needs sailor hats. Why sailor hats? Because I like them. That's it. No deep philosophy, no manifesto. Just a hat that, in my opinion, fit literally everyone. Nobody talks about how confusing hat sizes actually are. So what did I do? I called a few people and asked the most suspicious question. Hey, what's your circumference of your head? Not because I wanted to need them a gift, but because I needed a market research. The result? From this, I invented the order. Small, medium, and large. Very professional, very serious. And just like that, my drop was born. 3 sizes, 6 hats, 0 clue what I was getting into. There is nothing more humbling than cotton fabric scraps. You start with the confidence of surgeon, and end up looking like a butcher. At this point, I wasn't making hats, I was making a puzzle. Only different, puzzles usually comes with a picture on the box. Mine came with chaos. For the lining, I had to cheat and buy fresh silk cotton. Because nobody wants a sweaty scalp wrapped in someone else's pre-loved polyester. But hey, I did it. Piece by piece, size by size, on my terrace under the sun, while my air conditioning was broken. Because obviously, who needs ACs when you have 48 little pieces of fabric screaming for attention? And just like that, I realized I had 6 hats, 36 lining pieces, 48 interfacing pieces, and way too much optimism. Ironing, cutting, stitching, repeat. They say sewing is therapeutic. Whoever they are, they lied. It's only therapeutic if you are a monk. The first lining went fine. The second, fine. The third, I got cocky. And that's when it hit me. 2 hats didn't fit the size. Hat doesn't fit because math is hard. And then came the fun part. Sewing at night. The atmosphere, magical. the reality. Me stabbing my fingers with pins while convincing myself this is romantic. With the lamp glowing orange behind me, I felt like I was in a French indie film. Except instead of smoking cigarettes and sipping wine, I was sweating over crooked seams. Every pin, every seam, like a toxic relationship. You know it's bad for you, but you keep going because maybe it will turn out better this time. Spoiler, it rarely does. After what felt like a decade, I had the final hat. Hand stitching was the only part that felt remotely meditative. Honestly, I could hand stitch forever, which probably says a lot about me. But the clock didn't stop. The sun came up. I looked at my little sailor hats lined up on the table, and you know what? They looked amazing. Perfectly imperfect. The kind of imperfect that its buyers call charming and designers call limited edition. And just like that, my scraps had a second life. My hats were burned. And maybe, just maybe, I didn't lose my mind in the process. Or did I?